Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about getting the right pieces of information for you to be able to study for your exam. Now, previously I started with explaining the domains, explaining how to extract the required knowledge for each exam for the 3 associate tiers. The professional tiers and the specialty tiers are coming up in my next videos. I just wanted to get this video out so that anybody who is preparing to pass the associate tier gets the second part of the preparation information in, right? So I started with just the actual documentation. So this is the free way to prepare, right? Once you got your services extracted, you can just go into each service and then open up that documentation for each service. Now, in the documentation for the service, you've got a lot of stuff, a lot of information, the user guide for auto-scaling, user guide for instances and things like that, right? So basically, what I like to do is I like to go and say, okay, I want to have Linux instances here, and I want to learn more about Linux instances. And when you get through the documentation, what you're going to do is you're going to go back to EC2 and you're going to go through to the frequently asked questions. And I don't know where the frequently asked questions are in this one. AWS EC2 FAQ. Let's quickly get through the frequently asked questions. Yeah, interestingly, that's not in the docs for this one. It's not in the docs. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to ask yourself these questions, and without looking at the answer, you're going to say, what is elastic compute? And you're going to answer, and then you're going to read the answer, right? And that's one way to study. You have a ton of different concepts connected to EC2. And of course, that's true for each and every service that you have. If you don't find the right answer, you've got the answer here. You can always go back to the AWS docs and figure out what is the right information. Most of the questions will actually lead you to the exact right reference for your documentation, and it will give you a lot of information in here. So basically, yes, you can study from publicly available resources, no problem. It costs zero, and it is an efficient way to do things when you're the right type of person for that, right? If you want a little bit more guidance in your training, then of course, as I've already mentioned before, books are a good way to go, right? So I've got books for SysOps. I have a book for developers that's coming out right now. It's released at the publisher, but they cannot stock it until the end of this month. And I have a network specialty book that I wrote just, as something else. As you can see, these books are not expensive, and they have all that documentation in there. Plus, you get, 100 or 200 questions in each book. I know that the associate one has 160 questions, something like that. This one's got 240, the developer, and the network specialty has about 120 questions, something like that. So you have good questions that you can use. Now, additionally, I'm going to recommend Wiz Labs here. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to recommend a third party. I am an affiliate of Wiz Labs, so you will find affiliate links from Wiz Labs down below. If you want to buy some of these exam questions, please use my affiliate links. That way you support my channel. I get a small percentage of each and every purchase in here. And these are not expensive questions, right? So here, as you can see, for the associate tier, you've got a ton of questions, right? Each of these exams has a ton of questions. There's full exams with 65 questions. There's tests that are designed for a specific knowledge area, and there's your final test for 65 questions, right? You can buy these questions. Just by clicking that button or going into the link in my description. So let's take a free test and see how the test looks. It's really cool. you click start exam, and you have the option to start in practice mode. Starting in practice mode means they will ask you a question, but they will give you an option to show the answer. And that's a really good way to study, right? These questions in your book, you know, they're questions and then you have answers at the back. Here, if you do something, you select some options, right? For example, and you click show answer, right? It will give you whether your answer was correct or incorrect and why it is incorrect. That's why I like Wiz Labs. It's not just a brain dump. It's not a brain dump at all. These questions will not show up in your AWS exam. These questions are similar to the ones that you'll find in the AWS exam, and they have a really good explanation down here. So that's a good way to approach things. Again, I'm not sponsored by Wiz Labs here. I do have affiliate links to Wiz Labs. Now, as an authorized instructor, what I'm going to tell you is for training and certification, you should go to AWS Training and you should find certification there, right? If you go to the learning library, so that's the second entry here, you have a ton of different courses. You can filter out by domain. For example, architecting, right? You're going to take the architect exam. Well, you can take the exam readiness course if you're ready, right? So this is an intensive workshop. It's something that came out recently. Exam readiness workshop. This is the kind of exam where if you have the experience but you just want to cover the knowledge areas again, it's a 5-day class. It's really cool. You can run it virtually. I teach these classes, so I can tell you that this is a really, really good exam. And it will actually prepare you. It's the first of its kind. It will actually prepare you for the exam itself. Additionally, so this is a course. This is an instructor-led course, and since it's an instructor-led course, you can expect it's not a free course, right? Then you have a curriculum. A curriculum is just a set of different course materials that are here online that you can take, and it helps you follow through continuously through that journey, right? So you've got modules here for that curriculum, and it goes through all the modules, and it explains a certain feature about something like well architected here. Or you can do a certification quiz, right? These are really cool certification quiz. Before you go for the exam, you have different interactive quizzes that help you with your certification itself, help you prepare. You don't need to buy the Wiz Labs questions. You can just go on these free videos. And then another course, Architecting Accelerator. This is a really good course for like very, very deep dive into architecting. Another 5-day course. Exam readiness course for both the professional and associate tier, right? It's a 4-hour course to just overviews whether you're ready for the exam or not. Just overviews the domain, gives you some practice questions. So this is the last thing to take before you go for the exam itself, right? If you want to choose something else, let's say you want to choose developing, right? Domain development, developer tools, DevOps. Okay, let's say DevOps, right? Again, e-learning and a course, DevOps engineering on AWS, and an exam readiness course for that, right? You want to learn about Alexa? Sure. Alexa Skill Builder Specialty e-learning course, right? Then you've got video courses for Poly. So these courses are really cool. What else? Developer tools, right? Introduction to developer tools. You can also specify the role. I'm a developer, right? If you're a developer, it'll give you that environment. Well, let's choose the domain and just choose the developer. And here's all the training there's 11 pages of this training that's for developers, right? Data scientist, right? This is how many pages? 2 pages of data scientist stuff. You also want to filter by skill level, fundamental, intermediate, and advanced. So fundamental are 100 level courses. These are really cool. Intermediate, you've got like courses that actually are going to be instructor led, and you have e-learning content. And then advanced level courses, This will be like 300 level courses where, you know, using a specific service, deep dive into IoT, deep dive into Snowball Edge, deep dive into different types of features. And again, 5 pages of that. Now, really cool thing here is practitioner. If you want to pass the practitioner exam, you've got Cloud Practitioner Essentials, right? This is a great course for Cloud Practitioner. This comes also in an online format, so it is classroom or online. You can choose either or. Online's your videos, and of course, classroom is going to be virtual classroom. If you're interested in that, I'm teaching one, and just give me a shout on LinkedIn. Again, 5 pages of practitioner essentials courses, right? So really, like for any level, you can really find your courseware here. There is training in different languages. There is free digital training, so you can filter out by free digital training. And free digital training gives you 7 pages. 7 pages of free digital training. Let's filter down to English. If English is your thing, 2 pages, right? So that's 16, 32 courses, right? 30 courses approximately. A lot of stuff here that is really, really useful. Most of the times when I prepare for trainings, I prepare from this stuff here. I prepare from the docs. I prepare from the frequently asked questions. I prepare from Wiz Labs. I like Wiz Labs because it's just a really good way of determining whether you have any holes in your knowledge, right? These are really cool. I just take the free test usually, and only rarely will I ever opt in to go for a paid test. For the machine learning exam, I had to buy one. I just had to buy one. I've been studying so hard for the machine learning exam. I'm so nervous about passing that machine learning exam, which I'm doing hopefully at the end of the month. I hope I have you in my thoughts. But then, of course, we need to, in the AWS training, you can also go to your certification environment. Here is where you will take a look at your account. Here is where you can schedule a new exam with PSI or Pearson. Pearson right now offers virtual exams, so that's really cool. And of course, you see your achieved certifications here. You got your badge listings. Here are my badges for my account, right? So that's something that's really cool. All right, more content. AWS SlideShare, right? SlideShare is really a cool place. There's over 10,000 different SlideShares in AWS's SlideShare, so that's definitely a place to take a look at. Really, really cool. And then, of course, all of these slides, you will find them on Amazon Web Services on their YouTube channel, right? Their YouTube channel has a bunch of different playlists. If you click on those playlists here, wow, this is slow today. All right, AWS products, AWS support, and created, and these playlists have a bunch of different stuff. IoT, Builder, workloads for Microsoft, EC2 Spot instances, Amazon Lightsail, AWS demos. That's a cool place to start. 181 videos in AWS demos, right? So really, really, really cool. Additionally, for exams like Architect Associate and SysOps and Developer Associate, definitely security workshops is one really good place to get started. For AWS security, also, these workshops are really cool. You've got a bunch of different resources here to get to know security, to get to know the tools that are used in security, and they will lead you back to the right class, the workshop class that you have here, right? So you can do a full directory of workshops by type. Then you want to get hands-on experience after you've gotten this. Well, what you can do is you can go to amazon.com, amazon.quicklabs.com. In amazon.quicklabs.com, you have a bunch of different labs that you can do. There's a lot of free labs in here. So if you go to the full catalog, you can take a look at your labs, and a lot of them you will find these labs are free, right? They're on-demand free labs. You can actually, can you choose? If you choose just on-demand labs will be the ones that you can do on your own. Otherwise, you also have instructor-led labs. And of course, again, you can go through any level of experience. Some of these will have credits. You'll need to buy credits for them. So as far as credits are concerned, I'm going to give you a link to over 10 hours, 15 hours plus of free labs that you can do on amazon.quiglabs.com. It'll all be in the links of this video, in the description of this video. So make sure to check that out. If you need to buy credits for Quick Labs, again, I'm shilling another product that I don't have any association with, and it's not sponsored. I'm just trying to give you a bit of a sort of an overview of how much you can do. Well, what you can do is you can run the Advantage subscription. This is $55 a month, right? So for $55 a month, you get unlimited access to these labs. If you have an Advantage subscription, you can just, do these labs. You can do an annual subscription for less than $500. If you're studying for a lot of exams, this is good. And if you just want to buy some credits here, as you can see, one credit is about $1. If you buy 400 credits, it's $360. But if you're buying 400 credits, annual subscription is a better choice, right? Remember, these tokens expire after 6 months. So when you buy credits, always make sure to buy the credits when you are going to use them. You can also do a custom amount of credits. So for example, you want to do one specific lab that is interesting for you. So for example, you want to do this lab, serverless design with AWS Lambda, 4-hour lab with costs 24 credits. You can buy 24 credits exactly, right? It's going to cost you $23. But then again, one lab, Advantage subscription, $55. I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, as I said, questions, books, Amazon Training, the Learning Library has a bunch of resources. I definitely encourage you to come and see a training course, a one-day, maybe technical essentials or architecting on AWS if architecting is your end goal. If you're just at the start of your journey, these trainings are really good because an instructor will lead you through the courseware and will point you in the right direction, will help you fast track your learning with the right information. All right, that is it for this one. This, again, as I said, applies to all of these trainings, all levels of certification. These are the typical resources that I use. Please put any kind of resources that you use in the comments. Maybe I'll go ahead and I'll review those resources, give you my opinion as an Amazon authorized instructor. I probably can give you a lot of good information on that. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to support my channel, please subscribe, please comment, please like my videos. And of course, use my affiliate links to buy Wiz Lab questions or buy one of my books if you feel like having something on paper, or if you got a Kindle or something and you want to get that in your hands. So thank you very much. It was my pleasure. This was really fun, and I will see you in my next set of videos where I will be taking a look at how to extract domains from professional, and also the next level will be the specialty exams, and we'll take a look at what to learn. And of course, step 2 is going to be this exact video. So each of those videos will actually lead back to this video for step 2. All right, thank you very much. Bye.